What's up, you guys? It's DL926 here. I felt the need to come out here and make this video tonight because I see a lot of people coming out, talking sideways about Daniel Jones and just saying a lot of negative things about the kid, this, that, and the other. And, a lot of people have a tendency to compare, Daniel Jones' first 2 years to Eli Manning's first 2 years in the NFL. And, when people that support Daniel Jones, when they do that, the people that are really high on Eli Manning and always loved Eli and loved his career with the New York Giants, they always fire back with, oh, well, it was a different era of football back then. Oh, really? Would you like me to bring up stats from 2004, what quarterbacks were doing back when Eli's his rookie season? Would you like me to bring those up right now? Would you like me to name off some of the names that were putting up nearly 30 touchdowns that season? 30 plus touchdowns that year? Let's go down that list of names. Let's start off with Dante Culpepper. How many touchdowns did he throw for back in 2004? This different era of football that Eli Manning started out in. Oh, Dante had 39 touchdowns. 39 touchdowns for Dante Culpepper. 11 INTs. How many yards did he throw for? Now, take for granted, he was throwing to Randy Moss and Chris Carter, two Hall of Fame wide receivers. Okay, well, we can give him that. But still, it's Dante Culpepper. All right, we got Trent Green. Trent Green, what did he throw for? Well, Dante Culpepper, we'll go back to how many yards did he throw for? Where are they at? How are they not? Okay, all right. 4,717 yards Dante Culpepper threw for in 2004. Okay, did you get that? This different era of football, we had Dante Culpepper throwing for 4,700 yards. Trent Green. 4,591 yards in 2004. How many touchdowns did he throw for? 27 touchdowns, 17 INTs. But this was a different era of football. It was much harder back then, It was much harder, but we got guys like Dante Culpepper and Trent Green putting up, arguably elite quarterback stats. All right, let's see. Well, Peyton threw for 49 touchdowns that year. Threw for 4,557 yards. Another 4,500 yard guy. Let's go to Jake Plummer. Oh, Jake Plummer was over 4,000 yards that year. 4,089 yards. How many touchdowns did Jake Plummer throw for? 27 touchdowns and 20 INTs. Let's move on down the list. Brett Favre, 4,088. He threw for 30 touchdowns and 17 INTs. Jake Delhomme. Arguably the greatest quarterback in Carolina Panthers history. Or if you want to make a case for Kerry Collins, he could be arguably the greatest quarterback in Carolina Panthers, history. But it's probably Jake Delhomme. Because we all know the issues that Kerry Collins had in his career. Jake Delhomme, what did he do? He threw for 3,886 yards, 29 touchdowns in 2004, and 15 INTs. No, computer cut out. Let's see. Donovan McNabb. 3,875 yards, and he threw for 31 touchdowns and 8 INTs. So, these aren't exactly elite quarterbacks. Many of these quarterbacks were basically average, you could say. And these guys were throwing for over 4,000 yards and approaching 30 touchdowns themselves back in 2004. So no, when you come out here and you talk about how Eli Manning played in a different era of football, I call bullshit. It wasn't a different era of football. And you guys act like now that, nowadays the NFL is it's a passing league. It's all it takes place in the league. And the majority of the time it is. But you guys act like you can't go out here and win games running the football and playing good defense. I'm pretty sure that's what we just did the past 4 weeks. We had a 4-game winning streak doing just that. Running the football and playing good defense. Like I have a tendency to say, shit don't change. It's the same game. So I just had to put that video together just to let you guys know this. And I'll tell you right now, Eli Manning made it in New York his first 4 seasons because he had Tiki Barber in his backfield. You know, going for 2,000 total yards for 3 straight seasons. That's why he made it in the NFL his first 3 years. His first 3 years. That's exactly why he made it in the NFL. On top of having the Manning last name. Because it sure as hell wasn't because of his play. Then, in 07, you know, which would probably be the year he would definitely be out of town. Because everybody was calling for his head in the fan base, in the media. Everybody wanted him out of there. He had a 56.1 completion percentage. All of a sudden they play Buffalo. Ahmad Bradshaw takes off for, what was it, like a 75 or 80 yard run for a touchdown, propelling the New York Giants into the playoffs. If that run doesn't take place, Eli Manning is gone. That playoff run never happens. Never happens because everybody was fed up with Eli's shit. Eli Manning did not live up to his draft status. He played horribly his first 4 seasons. Basically all 4 seasons up until that playoff, that playoff run in 07. He was garbage. You know, there was nothing really good about his game. He had a couple comebacks, this, that, and the other. And my argument to the comeback thing is, well, dude, if you're doing what you need to do throughout the game, then why do you have to come back? Why do you have to come back? What does that say? If you have to come back at the end of the game, what does that say for what you've done throughout the rest of the game? That tells me you weren't doing what you had to do. So that's why you have to come back at the end. It makes no fucking sense to me when people are like, oh, well, you know, Eli Manning was clutch. You know, he always came back. Well, dude, he probably wasn't doing what he needed to do most of the game. He was probably making costly mistakes to put himself in that position to where he had to come back at the end of the game. So that shit makes no sense to me. What are you all talking about? It's just his fan base trying to protect Eli Manning and his legacy with the New York Giants. And I'm not one of those guys that buys into that because I know what Eli was. I know exactly what he was. He's not this great quarterback that all you guys try to make him out to be. He never was. He had maybe 5 good seasons in New York in a total of 16. And that might be generous. I'm the cold hard truth looking you right in your face. Whether you want to accept it is up to you as a Giants fan. That's it. You guys take it easy. Thank you for always checking out my content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.